bunch of gamers, one channel, and tons of games. This must be Games and Me. Hey guys, welcome to TWiGaME! So we've gone on for 2 weeks without an episode because we want to have just, I guess, a break from all the news and stuff. Because we've been bombarded with news in E3 2009, and it's been such a crazy E3, and we're still talking about E3. So obviously, this is Alex, your host. So let me introduce everybody who's going to be here in the group. So let me start with, closest to furthest, I suppose. We'll start with Vanessa. So Vanessa, what you been playing?
I've been playing the Wii, actually. I can't believe it. I've actually been playing the Wii. Been playing tennis. What was it called again?
Grand Slam tennis.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a confession here. I did not know this was actually possible, but I actually injured myself playing this tennis game, and my arm is in a sling right now.
Oh.
Talk about realistic.
Yeah, realistic, definitely.
So I guess I'm not playing it anymore. Now.
Dang. And next is going to be Mark. So what you been playing, sir?
I've been getting better with Dan in Street Fighter 4, which is quite an accomplishment in itself.
Yeah, I saw your tweet. You wanted to be the best Dan player in the world. Wow.
I'm actually getting a lot of messages after my matches now, like getting compliments from other fighters.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Totally legitimizing, Dan's image. Awesome. And we also have CK. So what you been playing, sir?
Oh, God, I've been so busy this past week, but I did find a little bit of time to keep going on Persona 4. Still haven't beaten it yet.
God dang. Seems
One
like
of these days.
one of these days we're going to be talking about it. And we also have Magus. So what you been playing, sir?
Well, I've been playing a lot of Ghostbusters. And that game is
I
awesome.
just
That
finished
game is awesome.
Dude, I just finished that game today.
I haven't finished it yet because I didn't play it yesterday, but I'm pretty much almost done with it. So I think I'll finish it tomorrow. And I got hooked on Peggle, which is like crack cocaine.
Uh-oh.
So, I mean,
that is very dangerous.
Whoever could think a pachinko clone-like game could be so interesting,
Oh, God, that's that's crazy. But yes,
It's
Peggle is a fun game. What I've been playing though is also Peggle, of course, and Plants vs Zombies. Actually, playing a lot of that, and a very special game that I'm actually going to be replacing one of my reviews tomorrow, because we usually record TWiGaME on a Saturday, but tomorrow it's going to be replaced by one of the most anticipated sequels of all time. Well, and it's also a sequel to one of Games and Me's small favorites. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. Also, I've been playing Myst on the iPhone, and lo and behold, Peggle on the iPhone. So, all right, so let's get right on it. So the first article is by Virgil Dante 100, and before I start this, remember that you can post your news articles you want us to talk about by going to forum.gamesend.me, which you can find in the community section at gamesend.me/community. So, Virgil Dante posted this first article. Resident Evil 5 possibly being ported to the Wii? Yes, according to rumors, just like Capcom did for Dead Rising, they might put this hit on the Nintendo Wii as well. This is Capcom's odds-on favorite to being ported according to the current generation Nintendo console. Accordingly to the current Nintendo generation console. Seeing as how other RE games have had success in the past with Nintendo's console. All I gotta say first is, if by success you mean the Resident Evil 4 being ported from the GameCube to the PS2? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean, how are they going to do this? I mean, it's not like, or even Resident Evil 2 from the PlayStation to the Nintendo 64, when all they had to do was just do some insane compression with the videos. But I mean, we're talking like an entirely different generation of systems that you're porting between. So
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
stumped.
Magus, like, I mean, I'm not sure if you're gonna be even picking this up, but you've heard Dead Rising, Chop Till You Drop got ported to the Wii. So, do you think, like, maybe like a lot of people were kind of suggesting maybe it'll use the Resident Evil 4 engine? Do you really think Resident Evil 5 will work on the Wii?
I don't think so. I really don't, because one, that game is dependent on co-op, and I don't know if co-op works real well with two Wiimotes, and also how powerful that game is graphically. Too, it'd be like porting goddamn Tekken to the NES or something. So,
Ooh, ouch.
I don't know. I'm very, very skeptical of this port. But then again, the Resident Evil 4 port was good, but it was a GameCube game, so.
Yeah, it's like a lower end system going up, not like a high end game going down.
Yeah.
How about you, Vanessa? What do you think? How is Capcom going to do this if they are able to do this?
I don't really have much confidence in this, and I feel like it might end up being a totally different game once it is ported. And I also think that people are probably going to have to give up that girl character's Beyonce outfit to get it on the Wii.
So, Mark, have you played the Wii version? I mean, I'm pretty sure you've read on it, right?
Of Resident Evil 4, I only played the GameCube version and the PS2 version.
But how about like the Dead Rising port? Were you able to play it at all?
I just saw the screenshots of it and I was like, yeah, right.
See, that's kind of a bad reaction in itself because, like, if you're like kind of bullish that that's even possible, I think they're just kind of wasting their time, like maybe doing it. Like the way that I've seen Capcom move on their titles is based off of how people, like accept their games. Like I don't know about you. I don't have any sales figures, but Chop Till You Drop didn't sell too well, did it? Like, Mark?
I don't think so, and there's good reason for that. It's like a very stripped down game, and I have a feeling the same thing will happen if they were to port Resident Evil 5 for the Wii.
I see. Okay, well, I think that's pretty unanimous. We're kind of bullish on this, and probably not going to happen. So let's move right along. So next article is gonna be by Chris. Thankfully, this is not a bullshit article. Peter Molyneux is promoted to creative director in Microsoft Game Studios Europe. So you guys know what this means? This means that he now runs Rare. So,
Oh,
yeah.
that's good for Rare, with the way Rare's been going lately.
Yeah, do you want to elaborate on what you think like Peter Molyneux is going to do at Magus?
Well, is he going to be like in direct control of Rare, or is he just going to be like an overseer? Is that what it?
Well, creative director is something that sounds pretty important, but I'm pretty sure that he's going to be a little bit more hands-on. Molyneux is a very hands-on type dude, so
I think we've seen how Rare, and this is my honest opinion, they have kind of gone downhill in recent years, and hopefully he'll be able to breathe life into some of if they're whatever they're working on now, and I have confidence in him because I know a lot of people give shit to Peter Molyneux because he talks big, but he does ultimately deliver, and he is a great game developer. So that gives me some hope for Rare than just doubts as I've had in recent years for it. So that's just my 2 cents.
right. Well, how about you, CK? Seeing as how Peter Molyneux has made that, have you seen that? Oh, first of all, have you seen that Milo demo?
I have, but my thought about this is that how ironic is that someone who's notorious for his lack of discipline is being put in charge of a studio also notorious for having a lack of discipline. That doesn't bode well. But on the other hand, I also think that usually creative director is the equivalent in the games industry of being like a regular director. It's just someone who's in charge of a single studio and is in charge of like the more the narrative content in addition to the more programming related aspects of design. But the fact that he's in charge of all of Microsoft Game Studios, I don't think he's going to have it's going to have the same connotation. I think what's really going to happen is that it'll be like Miyamoto and his producer position at Nintendo. It's that we're going to see a little bit of Molyneux in all of these different titles being developed by these studios.
I see. Well, what do you think about this, Mark?